Earbuds, and especially Bluetooth earbuds, are a dime a dozen on Amazon these days. Seemingly endless options make it hard to determine which ones are worth spending more than $30 or $40 on, or worth buying at all. One More has been sending me pitches for a minute, but I hadn't had the chance to check them out until now. These are One More's Dual Driver ANC Pros, and you know what? They sound pretty darn good. They are more than just one more set of Bluetooth headphones to dismiss on Amazon. Let's talk about them. If anything in this video has helped you, if any of my other videos have helped you, please hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload the latest videos. Before we get too deep, let me begin with this note for those of you who are new here. I have notoriously small ear canals, so quite a few headphones or earbuds actually don't seal well in my ears if their posts are of a certain size. One More's earbuds are no exception. With the smallest size silicone tips, I'm not able to get a full seal, but I do get somewhat of a seal, and that definitely has an effect on the noise canceling features of these earbuds, but I'll get to that in a moment. First, a look around the unit, and what we see is a neckband design with earbuds which hang from it, but they have magnets so they connect to each other and don't just hang loosely around your neck. But they do stay out of the way with that magnetic connection, keeping from being an annoyance. All of the controls are on the left side. You have a power button on top, along with the active noise cancellation button and the wind noise resistance mode button. On the inside of the neckband, you get a play pause button, which also serves as your next track and previous track navigation by pressing twice or 3 times respectively. You can also press and hold for 2 seconds to activate your voice assistant. This button also works for calls and can answer, hang up, or decline a phone call. Also on the left side is the USB-C charge port. Thank you, One More, for going with a standard instead of something proprietary, and for including a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter audio cable for wired playback. Now, with that USB-C charge port, you're going to get a 160 milliamp hour battery, which takes approximately an hour to charge and has quite a bit of stamina in my test. The standby time seems to last days, and I've used it for about a week on my afternoon 30-minute walks without worrying about battery life. What's great about the battery is that it features quick charging, so that if you do deplete it prior to needing to use it again, 10 minutes charging gets you 3 hours of use. So, speaking of use, let's get to the most important part of the Dual Driver ANC Pros, the listening experience. For that, I employed a playlist of high-res audio FLAC files downloaded onto a Galaxy Note 20 Ultra and listened to Thor Ragnarok through the Disney Plus app on an iPhone 12. Let's start with those FLAC files. These were high bitrate FLAC files, and I was impressed with the soundstage that the pros delivered when listening to Paul Simon's masterfully engineered Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes. The tonal quality and airiness of Lady Blacksmith Mombazzo's intro was pretty solid for earbuds, which have a tendency to make a big stereo space feel small compared to over-ear headphones. What was impressive was the stereo image and balance achieved with these earbuds. I can only imagine how improved the fidelity would be if they were a bit more snug inside my ear canals. In addition to Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes, I also ran Daft Punk's Contact, Gotham's Reckoning from the Dark Knight soundtrack, and Skrillex' Kill Everybody. All FLAC files and all beautifully detailed. But what about streaming? Connected to the iPhone 12, I streamed my gym music playlist, which starts with MF Doom and works its way through a medley of up-tempo, hard-hitting beats from 90s and early 2000s hip-hop artists with a sprinkling of metal, trip-hop, and EDM. The bass and the clarity were very well reproduced from Danger Doom's Sofa King and El Chupanibre. Vocals were clear, bass thumped, and mids weren't lost or bleeding hopelessly into the lower frequencies. That sound separation was definitely present when cracking open the Disney Plus app and listening to Thor Ragnarok. Disney Plus is one of the few which currently supports spatial audio on mobile. In the opening scene where Thor drops from the hanging cage and is speaking to Surtur, all of the sound design elements are beautifully laid out in the stereo image reproduced by the ANC Pros. When Surtur drags his sword behind him, you can hear the difference in the sound from his voice, which is forward in the image, to his sword being dragged behind him, which is layered in the back of the image. When Thor does battle with all of the creatures in Surtur's realm and Mjolnir is flying around hitting them, you can hear and get a sense of that 360-degree image of the hammer pinging creatures all around the room. If I watched more content on tablets or mobile, I definitely have no problem spending hours consuming all that content with these providing the audio portion of my multimedia entertainment. But what about that active noise cancellation? To test it, I walked along a busy street testing the 2 levels of hybrid noise cancellation. One more provides the exact details of the technology, but for the purpose of simplification, the 2 levels are like a bit of noise cancellation suitable for a cafe or other such public space, and up to 35 decibels of noise cancellation, which is more suited to the low-end hum of an airplane engine, the cabin noise. As I walked along the street with the highest level of noise cancellation activated, I could hear the sound of the wind as cars flew by, but I couldn't hear the engines. Even a bus passed by me silently. So the higher frequency street noises were diminished, but still present, while the lower end engine growls were all but silent, and that was with me walking on the left side of the street, so traffic was coming at me, bro. At home, I tested the noise cancellation by playing airplane engine noise via YouTube and turning a box fan up to full speed. Standing directly in front of the fan and sitting directly in front of my iPad, the headphones set to around half their volume completely canceled the airplane and the box fan. So I have to say that the noise cancellation is pretty solid. For reference, the iPad airplane cabin noise clocked in at 60 dB, while the box fan was 65 dB. The real test, though, was that same airplane noise coming from my Sonos soundbar from that same YouTube video. I cranked the soundbar to 100% of its volume and registered the airplane cabin noise at 81 decibels, which was quite loud in my bedroom, but is almost at what a normal cruising altitude cabin noise would be, which is around 85 decibels. At the maximum noise cancellation level, that loud cabin noise had the bottom end completely removed and was reduced to a very light droning sound. The upside to the noise cancellation here is that there is often a kind of sucking feeling in your ears when you activate noise cancellation, and I didn't experience that at all with these earbuds. That's a plus for those of you sensitive to the sensation that noise canceling headphones and earbuds can produce. So, in the end, I have to say that these are a heck of a buy. They're a high quality pair of earbuds that should be great for most users. The only caveat would be for those with broad shoulders and thick necks. For me, the neckband is very comfortable, but as I use it, as I walk around, it does slide around my neck a bit, as I'm a little too large for it. I'm just right outside where it would actually kind of come around my neck and stay. I have this problem with every neckband product I've tried though, so this is par for the course. If there are any questions about One More's Bluetooth Dual Driver ANC Pro, please leave it in the comments below if I didn't answer any questions you may have, and I'll get to them. I don't take it lightly that you've watched. I appreciate you. I'm Tashaka Armstrong. This is Tashaka Explains It All. I'll catch you on the next video.